We were just blown away that it was so different than anything we had ever seen. And we've seen a lot of products. So for as little as 2 questions a week, we saw an additional 3 months of growth, 10 questions a week, 10 questions. At a minute and a half, that's like 15 minutes a week. They're growing 6 additional months per year. That is huge.
We had growth well beyond anything that could have been predicted, well beyond what NWEA was projecting any of the students to achieve.
It's completely changed my teaching.
Because it exceeded expectations, again, we go back to that return on investment, investment of time, investment of money, investment of our people, and just share our data, which is pretty phenomenal, with them, as well as some anecdotal data from our teachers, our principals, our math team, of course, and maybe some of our students, because that's where the power of this particular program is. So one of the things that we all liked about it, it kind of adds a co-teacher into the classroom for kids to get immediate feedback, but then also support them in directing where their next step might be. The avatar and the children connect and interact around a math problem. And because of that connection, kids can fail forward.
It gave the student like confidence that, hey, I did this right. And it was like, hey, you might want to check out right here. And it like circled it for them. And then it didn't even give any more information. It let the kid go, because maybe they can already problem solve on their own. When they can't, then Goblins gives another hint. And I thought, this is exactly how I would interact with my students. The software was so easy to use that students just got on there, no problem. Teachers got on there, and every day they're just like, I learned this about my kids, I learned this about my kids. It really enhances their ability to do what they were meant to do, like to do the teaching, to interact with the kids, and kind of takes away all the data analysis that let me sit here and grade papers tonight. Tomorrow they'll get their results. They were like, I wish I had this all year. The kids are the ultimate test. The kids were like ecstatic. They loved it. And it's not gamified. That was one of the things that I really liked. It's not a game. It's not fluffy where kids are just like clicking. It's engaging because it's like having a teacher to bounce ideas off of. It's giving them feedback where they're successful and then giving just little hints to get them in the right direction. So it's challenging enough without being frustrating. And this puts the student back in the driver's seat. Whenever you're launching something with staff, they want to know, is it going to be effective? Is it another thing? They already think they're juggling 100 plates at one time, like, oh, now you're going to throw another one at me. And one of the biggest buy-ins for me for Goblins was I actually felt like it was taking plates off. How can we lessen the teacher's workload so they can do what they're meant to do and truly teach?
You, Sawyer, and your team have immediately responded. And when I say immediately, within hours or within 24 hours. And that is unheard of in most vendors. Your ability to work closely with our district, and I'm sure that's across all of the districts that you work with, is pretty outstanding.
It's unheard of to have a vendor respond to a teacher in the classroom with kids. And that's what they need. All that effectiveness that you lose gets put back into the classroom and into the teacher's hands. And when students are on Goblins, they're getting their math teacher in another classroom when they're with a social studies teacher. They're getting their math teacher when they're in the science classroom. What is exciting is to see how other people, just like me, my peers in my classroom, how they're thinking and how that's similar and different to me, and then talk about that.
Our initial implementation, the conversations we all had with you, came to fruition and exceeded expectations.